Hi, this is Jamie Seacrest doing my case study for EDL 852. Who should create the school's vision? First, I'm going to start out with a summarization of the case study. Lakeville Community School District is a rural township with 60% of its residents that live on farms. The district has two schools, an elementary school that is a K-6 building that houses kindergarten through 6th grade, and a junior-senior high that is a 712 building that holds 7th grade through 12th grade. They are located on 65-acre site 2 miles from the town of Lakeville. The district is increasing at the rate of 2% per year and is quickly outgrowing the facilities that they have now. The board voted 4-1 in the building of a new middle school that will house grades 6 through 8 students. The current superintendent, Joe Rawlings, made the decision to hire a new principal for the new middle school. So the superintendent, Joe Rawlings, hired me, Susan Potter, a year in advance of the opening of the new middle school to be the principal. I was hired in advance so I could be part of the hiring of the new staff, planning school programs, and collaborating with architects and construction managers on decisions involving equipment and furniture acquisitions. And I will be in charge of hiring my own new staff for the middle school. After hiring the staff for the new middle school, I created an advisory committee. The advisory committee was composed of 4 teachers. They were from different subject areas and 4 parents. I called the committee the Visioning and Planning Committee. I preferred not to be the chairperson of the committee. I wanted someone else, either a teacher or a parent, be the chair, because I would like to be at the same level as the other committee members, so didn't feel like that I had too much of a pull over the others. The first task is for the committee to identify a school philosophy and create a school vision statement for the new middle school. The advisory committee is adamant that they would like me to create the philosophy and the vision statement on my own and then have them decide on it later. I believe it should be a group effort, including all of the stakeholders' input. The advisory committee voted to have me come up with a draft of the philosophy statement and present it to the committee for approval. So, the importance of a vision statement. Well, a vision statement is there to help organize a clear set of goals that everyone is working towards. A clear idea of what a school is looking at and how to make their building a success and their students a success. So what makes a visionary leader? A visionary leader is a leader that is clear about what he or she believes and knows is best for the children, for their academic, social, and emotional learning. The leader's individual beliefs have developed in collaboration with other stakeholders and articulated into some kind of vision or a mission statement. Some legal and ethical issues that arise through the case. I really didn't find any legal issues as I was going through the case study, but some ethical issues that I found was who should be in charge of the vision and statement and philosophy statement. Should it just be one person, the principal, or should it be a group, the teachers, the students, and the community members? That a vision statement should be developed with the collaboration of school and community members, and who is responsible for the vision statement and philosophy of the school. So my synthesizing sentence. When coming up with and shaping a successful vision and a mission statement, I, Susan Potter, feel that it should be a collaboration of the advisory committee. But the advisory committee feels that I should create on my own, and then they will decide from there what their statements will be. So, looking at some people that are involved in the process. First is me, Susan Potter, a new principal of the newly built middle school in Lakeville Community School District. I am new to the district, and I have no relationship yet with any of my staff or the people in the community. The other people is first next would be the superintendent, Joe Rawlings. He is the superintendent of Lakeville Community School District. He was part of the process of hiring me to be the new principal of the middle school. Then we have Helen Burke. She is an English and social studies teacher for the new middle school. Her brother serves on the school board, and she took over chairperson of the advisory committee, and she thinks that I, Susan Potter, should write the vision and mission statement. Next is another advisory committee member, Dan Kelby. He's a physical education teacher at the new middle school. The first one that agreed with Helen Burke on the advisory committee to have me, Susan, write the statements. Next, people that are involved, it would be the school board for Lakeville Community School District is mostly made up of farmers. Since it is a rural area, most of it is either new parents that are moving in or farmers that have been there for a while. Next, then the last, it would be the advisory committee. That was a committee that was formed of 4 teachers from different subject areas in the school. Myself, Susan Potter, and 4 other community members, parents of the students in the school. So place. Lakeville Community School District. It has 2 schools presently, a K-6 building and a 7-12 building with about 1,200 students. It serves 2 townships where 60% of the families live on farms, and they are about 10 miles away from any major city. So the program that we're looking at, large landowners, increasing population is causing the idea of needing to build a new building. They are going to be having a K-5 building now, a new 6 through 8 middle school building, and then a 9 through 12 building. So review and priority. I feel that the relationships between the mission and vision statement needs to be a combination of the purpose, goals, and values of a school, what they want to achieve. The staff needs to buy in and agree with the vision and mission statement. And the community staff and students need to be involved in the planning of the vision statement. They need to add what they feel is the most important. Because if they don't feel like they're part of the vision or the idea of the school, it's going to be hard for them to keep going with it. I do not feel that there is too much emphasis on creating a vision statement. I think that a well thought out vision of what the school environment should be and how it should be followed needs to be in place for the school to build from and to be successful. It should have all the stakeholders involved: students, teachers, community members, and administration. The advisory committees wants me, Susan Potter, the principal of the new school, to write the vision statement. I personally do not feel comfortable about deciding what should be on the vision statement for the school without collaboration with others of my team. So, next we're going to evaluate some options. So the proposal, the 2 proposals for developing a vision statement, the one proposed by Helen that I should create the vision and philosophy statement, and the one proposed by me that we should collaborate as a group to come up with the vision statement, are not the only options. I feel there's some more to look at. For example, getting help from outside sources and gathering more information to help create the statements. So first, I'm going to evaluate option 1 is no action. No vision statement will be written before the school opens. Option 2, accept the proposal. I can accept the idea from the group and develop a vision statement to present to the advisory committee. Option 3, to seek outside guidance. I can refuse to write the vision statement on my own and explain my reasoning as a leader. I can take the chairperson position and take charge and help guide the committee in developing a vision statement with the help from different groups. So when breaking this down and kind of looking at the pros and cons, I would not, so action 1, do not do any action. I would not have to do something I did not feel comfortable about would be a pro. Some of the cons would be when the school started, there would be no philosophy or vision statement written for the new school. And I possibly could let go from my position, or they might find somebody else if I cannot come up with a vision or philosophy statement. Option 2, to accept the proposal. Some of the pros of this would be the community would be happy. There would be a statement that would be written for the school to follow. And I could earn the respect of the advisory committee and the community. Some of the cons that could come around is since I am new to the community and district, so it may not include everything needed for the statement because I don't know enough about the community yet or the students that are involved. I could hurt some feelings of the staff members and community members. So option 3, to seek outside guidance. Some of the pros would be have the committee help me write some statements. I could survey and gather information from close districts on their ideas, talk to some principals, and look at their school's visions and mission statements. I could come up with several rough drafts for the committee to decide from. Some of the cons of this option would be very time consuming. It takes a lot of time to go out and get your surveys ready and sent out and waiting for replies. And a lot more work for me and the committee to go through. So, the selection of the best option. Well, I feel that the best option is 3, to seek outside guidance from outside sources. In this option, you can work outside sources, talking to other principals, looking at their vision statements in nearby towns to see what kind of ideas they feel are important. Listen to the committee's feedback and suggestions on the drafts. What things are they wanting me to add or change? I could put out community surveys to get their feedback on specific questions that I have and what kind of things they are looking for. And I can make sure that surveys are distributed fairly and are collected promptly, making sure that we're getting back so we can get useful information from them. So, implementation. First thing I would do is to come up with a comprehensive plan. Have my surveys ready before coming to the advisory committee for approval and suggestions. What are some questions they feel are important for the community surveys? And as a group, we would need to think of ways we can get our surveys out to the community. And what are some new ways we can get the community more involved to learn what they want in a vision for the school? As a group, we need to prepare for not a big community involvement. I then would go and talk with some local principals on their school's visions to help me develop my rough drafts. I would go and talk with some local principals on their school's visions to help me develop my rough drafts. What things their community members, staffs, and students feel are important. This could help me come up with some good ideas for the group when putting the ideas together. I would take on more of a leadership role, but still keep the open communication and the relationships positive. I want them to know that I still respect them and value their ideas, but I am writing the majority of the vision. When going through and revising the drafts, I would also make sure that the superintendent and school board are involved and aware of my vision for the school.